Parents, what's your best example of reverse psychology on your kids that actually worked? My son Jake was 10 when he begged to join the swim team. We'd just moved to a new town, and he barely talked to anyone at school. I thought swimming might help him make friends, so I signed him up immediately. The first week was amazing. He'd wake up early without complaining, packed his swim bag the night before, even started eating healthier because he said swimmers needed good fuel. But week 3 changed everything. Suddenly, he had headaches every morning. His stomach hurt right before practice. He'd drag his feet getting dressed and whine about how tired he was. One morning, he straight up said he wasn't into swimming anymore and wanted to quit. My wife wanted to encourage him to stick with it, give him pep talks about not giving up, but I had a different idea. That morning when he came downstairs complaining about another headache, I shocked him. "You know what, Jake? If you want to quit, I won't stop you," I said, not even looking up from my coffee. "But there's one rule. If you quit now, you can't rejoin. Ever." His spoon froze halfway to his mouth. "Wait, what do you mean, ever?" "Coach Williams told me they don't take back kids who quit," I lied smoothly. "Team spots are limited, and they can't waste time on kids who might bail again. So if you're absolutely sure you want out, I'll call them today and let them know you're done for good." Jake went completely silent. He finished his cereal without another word about headaches or being tired. He packed his swim bag like normal, but I could see his brain working overtime. At practice that afternoon, I watched through the pool windows. Instead of his usual half-hearted effort, he was swimming harder than I'd seen in weeks. He kept glancing at the other kids like he was studying them, like he was daring himself to keep up. The next morning came, and again, no complaints. He got dressed early, made his own breakfast, and was ready to go before I even finished my shower. This pattern continued for weeks. But something else started happening too. He began talking about his teammates at dinner. Tyler could do butterfly stroke better than anyone. Madison was teaching him how to do flip turns. The coach said his freestyle form was improving. 3 months later, Jake made the junior relay team. He came running out of practice that day, soaking wet and grinning bigger than I'd seen since before we moved. "Dad, I made the relay. Coach picked me for the freestyle leg because my times got so much better." That night at dinner, he couldn't stop talking about the upcoming meet, about team practices, about how excited he was. My wife gave me a knowing look across the table. The reverse psychology had worked better than either of us expected, but the real test came 2 years later in middle school. Jake was debating whether to run for student council. He kept going back and forth, saying maybe he'd try next year when he knew more people. That's when I pulled out the same strategy. "Listen, buddy, if you don't run this year, don't bring it up next year complaining about regrets," I told him while he was doing homework. "You'll never know if you could have won unless you actually try. But if you chicken out now, I don't want to hear about what might have been." Jake looked up from his math problems, and I could see that same calculation happening in his head. The fear of closing a door forever, of never knowing what could have happened. He ran for treasurer. Not only did he win, but he discovered he actually loved public speaking and organizing events. By high school, he was student body president.